Defensive positions, guys! Germans are coming in on us at full force! We got a lot of bad guys on our hands! HQ is sending us reinforcements, so fall back to the regroup point if we need them!
Hey everybody, it's time for another gaming vlog. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this series, this is where I talk a bit about some games that I'm currently playing, break down future plans for the channel, and touch on any other creative projects that I might have going on in the pipeline. The featured game for this episode is Day of Infamy, which is a fun little $20 first-person shooter available on Steam from the makers of Insurgency, which is set in World War II and has some interesting cooperative and competitive modes to participate in. I picked this game up a few weeks ago when it was on 50% off sale for $10 during a free weekend. And while it's certainly not a big ticket AAA first-person shooter experience, it's also not really trying to be. For the price that's being asked for the game and the current state that it's in, I'd say it's a pretty good deal, especially if you can pick it up on sale like I did. In terms of what's going on with the channel, I want to do something a little different than what I've done in some of the recent channel updates and actually let you guys know specifically what's going to be coming up content-wise over the next couple of months. One of my big goals for the channel for 2017 is to reach 100 subscribers. It's something that I feel is a pretty significant milestone for any YouTube channel, and I feel like I'm in a good position given where we are right now, sitting at 93 subscribers, and given the growth of the channel over the past 6 or 8 months in particular, that it's a pretty realistic goal and something that's attainable by the end of the year. With that in mind, I want to give you guys an idea of what's going to be coming up in future videos so that it might encourage you to subscribe if you've been kind of on the fence about that. In particular, there's going to be a lot of content over the next week or so regarding Call of Duty World War II. I'm actually really looking forward to that game, as I got the opportunity to play the most recent open beta for it on PC a few weeks ago and had quite a bit of fun with it. I feel like there's at least 3 or 4 short videos worth of content to be had there. I definitely want to do something with the single player, something specifically on the multiplayer, a video just on the zombies mode, and then possibly an overall review of the game as a whole. So that could be anywhere from 3 to 4 videos just on that one game within the next week or two. Once that's wrapped up, the next game I'm probably going to take a look at is going to be the Switch version of Rocket League, which is coming out in the middle of November. And then I'm also planning to take a look at Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Switch at the beginning of December. Finally, I'm planning to do a sort of end-of-the-year celebratory video before the end of December to kind of wrap things up on the channel for the year. Not exactly sure what the content of that is going to be, but if I do manage to reach the 100 subscriber goal by then, I'll be able to include a little celebration of that as part of that video. Along those lines, I wanted to talk for a couple of minutes about engagement and why it's so important for the growth of the channel, especially from YouTube's perspective as a platform. A lot of folks think that views are what really drives a channel's growth here on YouTube, but that's actually not necessarily the case. When you get right down to it, what YouTube as a platform cares about is engagement. And what's meant by engagement is a handful of things in particular. Liking or even disliking a video shows engagement. It shows that you as a viewer were interested enough in the content that was presented to you to indicate that. Leaving comments on videos are another form of engagement. Watching ads or videos to completion and not skipping them is another form of engagement. And of course, subscribing to a channel is one of the most potent forms of engagement, although it's of course something that you can only do once. All these different things combine to really drive what videos and what channels are recommended to folks here on YouTube. And as messed up and as counterintuitive as it might seem to you folks as viewers, it's absolutely true that as far as YouTube is concerned, if you don't click the like button on a video that you watch, YouTube assumes that you didn't like that video and therefore will not share that video or recommend it to other people who are browsing YouTube watching similar videos. That's one of the main reasons why I always ask folks to hit the like button at the end of every video, just to help try to drive that sort of engagement. But the simple fact of the matter is that even hitting the dislike button helps the channel, because as far as YouTube is concerned, that's just another form of engagement. And they actually care way more about whether users are engaged with what they're watching than they do about whether or not they enjoy it. Now, of course, I as a content creator love seeing lots of likes on videos, but by the same token, I'd be just as happy to see lots of dislikes if it meant that people were engaged with the content. Because at the end of the day, that sort of thing can help me decide what sort of games to cover and what way to cover them moving forward. And it at least shows some form of interest on the part of the people watching the videos. With all of that in mind, I wanted to ask you, the folks who are already subscribed to the channel and watching this video, to do me a small favor and try to engage with the next several videos that I put out as much as possible. Hit that like button, hit that dislike button if you don't like them, comment on them, share them with other people, watch the ads, all that sort of thing. I really believe that the cumulative effect of everybody who watches my content interacting with it in some way over the next couple of months will be a critical factor in the channel actually getting to where I want it to get to long term. As I've said many times in the past, I'm not necessarily trying to make a career out of YouTube. I basically do it for fun. But the simple truth is that any content creator wants the content that they make to be seen and enjoyed by as many people as possible. And without some increased engagement from the audience that I already have, it's going to make it that much more difficult and time consuming to try to attract more people to the channel and reach a wider audience. As some of you may know, this is one of the busiest times of year for YouTube and gaming and content creation. Lots of people have lots of free time and are looking for videos to watch and content to consume. And so I really feel like this is the best possible time to try to encourage people to subscribe to the channel and become more active on it. Having said all that, hopefully you folks have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, be sure to hit subscribe. And if you really want to help the channel out, maybe drop a comment or share this video with somebody else, or visit my channel and watch some of the older videos that you might have missed. Basically, anything that you folks do to interact with my content over the next couple of months would be greatly appreciated and help encourage me to put more effort into future videos. Thanks in advance for all that, and I will see you next time.